he's charged under the U.S. Espionage Act, and he's not actually charged with espionage, because I see a lot of reporting saying charged with espionage. The Espionage Act is just the name of the act. It's an incredibly broad statute. In its wording, it is very open-ended, which means that's why journalists, since the inception of since it was enacted, journalists have been fearing that that act would be used against them. And there's been I mean, your question is absolutely correct. How can the U.S. accuse a foreign publisher of violating its laws abroad? How can the U.S. limit press freedom and attach it to a person wherever they are? So limit press freedom in the UK. If he were in France, limit press freedom in France. It's completely illegal. It's an extraterritorial application of their insane Espionage Act, which has been used for the first time against a publisher in this case. But that threat has been there for much longer. It's been much longer there for American journalists. What's absolutely incredible is that they've used it against a foreigner abroad. And I think it's part of this trying to single Julian out. Not because the precedent is unique. It will create a precedent that can be used against every other US journalist and every other foreign journalist here as well. But because they want to dull any opposition to the extradition, because Julian's different. You know, there's always been this, oh, Julian's different. He's not really, we don't really know what he is. And that's been incredibly counterproductive and narrow-minded, because you've seen this with some people in the journalistic profession. They want to single Julian out and say, oh, he's different to us. He's different, of course he's different, you know, because he came from the computer security background, and he created WikiLeaks, which for the first time had the anonymous Dropbox, used encryption methods, and started collaborations. This had never been done before WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks was a trailblazer. So yes, he was different. He set a new era in journalism. But the point is not what Julian does, how he does it is different. The point is that he is being prosecuted as a journalist. They're accusing him of journalism. It doesn't have to do with him. The precedent that is set for publishing. So that the charges in the Espionage Act are receiving information from a journalistic source. Imagine. That's a crime. You don't even have to publish. It's a crime. You're receiving. That's what journalists do. They have sources. They receive information. Well, that's a crime. Possessing the information, that's a crime. And communicating that information, publishing it to the public, is a crime under the U.S. Espionage Act. It's mad. It's never been done before. There's always been fear that some runaway prosecutor would do this, and now they've done it.